Hey, church family, Terrence here with Jordan, and we're here for the Tuesday Spotlight, the email, and just have a really exciting announcement for our church family. Pastor Jordan joined us with his wife, Carissa, in August 2021, a year and a half now.
Yep.
And Jordan has been over Next Gen, and then took on extra responsibility with tech, with worship, all kinds of stuff. And now, really excited to tell you that Jordan can be moving to the role of executive pastor here at our church. And so I'm lead pastor, Jordan will be executive pastor. And I just want to have Jordan share with you what that means to him and his role that he's going to be filling. And then I'll explain a little bit more what that means for our church family.
Yeah, so really in the next year, we'll be figuring out all the details of what that looks like. It won't be exactly what it looked like for Tony when he was the executive pastor here, but we'll be adjusting it to figure out how it best fits in the church right now. And so currently I'll be continuing to oversee Next Gen Ministries, which is babies through high school. I'll also be continuing to help with TRLP and overseeing worship and tech, and helping with the finances and some of the strategy and systems of the church overall. And if that sounds like it's too much for me to do by myself, it is. And that's why it's so great that we have a bunch of awesome volunteers and staff that I'll be working alongside and just equipping them to do it well. In Ephesians chapter 5, Paul talks about himself as an equipper of the saints. And that's kind of what I want to follow in too, is finding really capable and talented volunteers and leaders in our church and helping develop them and equip them, give them what they need to be able to lead in lots of areas. And so we already have a lot of awesome volunteers and leaders who help with that, and we're going to keep developing that. And I'll help create systems around that and processes and policies that help all those people to be really successful in their roles so that we can continue to lead this church in a way that glorifies God and helps people in Tahoe come to know Jesus. And so that's what we'll be doing. And thank you for your patience ahead of time as we continue to figure that out.
Yeah, a lot of exciting things happening with our team here. We had Tina Cutler, who served for so many years now. She is on design and our web backend. And then we have Lulana, who came on our team, and she is director of events and logistics. And so was in the office and helping out with all that stuff. We have Greg Cater, who's helping out, volunteering around the property, doing a lot of stuff facilities-wise. We have Melissa Greer, who's now overseeing our finances, helping us here on the team. So many wonderful things happening, and just grateful that God has a perfect time plan, right? A perfect timeline for this church. And so with transitions we've had of previous staff, with the present staff and their skill sets, and so really grateful to Jordan for the abilities that he has. And I know that some of us are thinking, well, if Jordan is stepping into this role that we're forming around his abilities and our needs, and we have all these other players in the mix, so what does that mean specifically for a ministry that maybe my kid's involved in? Well, first of all, we love kids here, and my wife Kate is the kids director. Juliana, Elia is the kids coordinator, so we invest heavily in kids. And then with middle school and high school, we have residents in our residency program that invest in our middle school students, our high school students. They sign on for a year, sometimes longer, a commitment to be serving in our ministries. And we also have adult volunteers. An exciting thing that's going to happen as well is my wife, Kate, who helps in so many arenas as my wife, as worship leader, as kids director, is going to be stepping more into middle school as well. And so that doesn't mean we're going to be losing kids ministry. We're still going to have that, but Kate's going to be expanding her influence into our middle school ministries. And that's going to be the first third Sunday nights of the month, also with a fun event once a month. And who knows, a lot more things to come. But with that, I'm going to also be supporting Kate in that. So we love middle school students. We're going to be investing in them. And we want as many of you to volunteer as well in our youth ministries. So actually, this is not a loss in any way. It's actually an additional blessing to our church body. And we're just so glad that God uses whatever he finds good in us to expand his kingdom. And so we're excited to do it together. And that's the announcement.
Yeah, we're excited about what God's going to do in the lives of middle school and high school students, and really everyone at the church in these next couple of years as we continue to grow as a church.
Yeah, so we will see you Sunday, church family.